Okay, welcome to Computer Class 8A. Today is Wednesday, February 12th, 2020. So far we have our scratch game where our cat actually jumps with realistic gravity. And we have 3 backgrounds. It changes backgrounds. We can jump on top of this little sliver of grass up here. We can fall into the lava pit and die. And see, every time I do that, it loses 1 life and it starts back over on the left-hand side. The problem is, first of all, I can get negative lives. The game never ends because we haven't put that part of the code in there, right? We're doing it step by step, little by little. The game will never do anything you didn't ask it to do. We didn't ask it to stop when our lives are 0. So it's going to keep on going. It's going to keep on minusing 1. Also, what I'm not happy about so far is there's not enough feedback when you die. How do you know you didn't just teleport? Right? You fall into the lava pit, you teleport to over here on the left-hand side. Well, how do you know you didn't teleport? Well, because Miss Zhang, it minus 1 life. Well, yes, but that's not enough feedback. What good games do is you have multiple levels of feedback when something happens. For example, if your character gets shot or dies, you'll have not only your lives go down, but you'll have sound effects and maybe visual cues that happen. For example, your character might blink red real quick a couple times. You see what I'm saying? So we need to improve this and make it better. So visual and audio feedback would be nice. So let's go ahead. We're gonna add on some audio feedback first. So I need to, on my cat, let me see. I click on sound, the sound tab right up here. Right now I only have the meow. That's not what I want to have. I could use that one for when he gets hurt. But instead of doing that one, I'm going to, look here. I'm going to click on this little speaker icon. And I'm not going to record one because I don't have, well, I have a microphone, but you don't have a microphone on your computers. So, but we're going to choose one from here. So I'm going to click on this magnifying glass and say, yeah, show me some stuff. And see, there's a bunch of different sound effects. It's sorted by all. We want effects instead. None of those sound good for what we need to do. That could be workable, this disconnect one. That could be workable. You know what? Here, I'm just gonna type in scream right here. Scream. Okay, there's 2 different ones. Okay, we're doing scream number 2. All right, there we go. Now that I've clicked on it, it shows up here. So I have meow and I have scream 2. Okay, now guys, once you import the sound, once you import the sound, this sound is available for whichever character that you imported for. It won't, if I have other sprites, it will not show up for them. It will not show up for them unless you import it for them as well. So right now I'm on the cat. How do you know? Well, if I click on costumes, if I click on code, you see cat, 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 cat. And this is what's highlighted in blue right here. So now that I've imported that sound, I'm going to go to sounds. And Miss Yang, it's just meow. Well, you can click on this drop-down arrow, and everything else that you've imported will be listed here, which Scream 2 is the only other thing. So that's what I want. Play sound Scream 2 until done. Miss Yang, what's the difference between that and this next one that says start sound meow? Well, this could get interrupted. This one will not get interrupted. In other words, it'll always play the sound from start to finish. The it won't be like right? Because this second one can actually get cut off if something interrupts it. So we're going to use this first one right here. And we need to put it somewhere. Somebody tell me, where in the world shall I put this play scream sound? Yes?
If it's in color, then we'll put it there.
Oh, right inside of here. Yes. This is the right paragraph. Obviously, the one where you're losing a life is where I should put it. Now, here's the thing. Let me go ahead. Let's try doing this. Well, actually, here, first, hang on. Let me show you once again what it looks like when I jump into my lava. Okay, now let's put this in. And since it's lit up in yellow, it means that it's currently active. So I think this should apply right away. And let's try it. Let me zoom out with my digital zoom and zoom in this way. This way. Okay, there's a glitch here because look, if I just keep on holding the right arrow key, look what happens. Miss Yang, why is this glitch happening? If I stay in the lava pit, it works. When I fall in, I don't press my arrow keys. It works perfect. But if I just keep on holding the right arrow key, somebody explain to me what glitch is happening here. Nobody knows? Yes?
It's not going to get rid of the life until the screen is done.
Ooh, close. So what's going on? Let's look at this code. It's saying play scream sound until done. Does this take a microsecond to finish? No, it takes as long as the sound effect is playing, however long that recording was. So let's just say that let's say it takes 1.5 seconds for it to finish screaming. Let's just pretend. Well, guess what? Within that 1.5 seconds, I was able to change to the next background. I was able to get to the other side of the screen, therefore going to the next background before it had to try to reset me. Therefore, it's almost like it did nothing. Well, Miss Shane, what can we do about it? You could do this later. Because this takes up time. What I want to have happen, let me drag this out. Let me unzoom real quick. Let's shrink that. The order that we do things is kind of important. Yes, I should change my lives right away. Yes, I should wait a second before I go to the next background. But basically, you know what? It would probably be better if I go to... No. I want to fall in the lava pit. The reason why I have this wait here is because, well, two reasons. I don't want it to keep on taking too many lives off, but I also want you to actually... I don't want you to, as soon as the bottom of your feet make contact with the red, for you to teleport right away to the next spot. I want you to be like fully submersed into the lava pit before it warps you out. That's why this point wait is nice to have there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and actually put this at the bottom. So now let's try it and see what happens. Green flag. Let me just restart my game. Run through. I don't even have to jump there. Run through. Yeah. See, I can't run through to the other side of the screen anymore, even if I'm going the fastest I can. I kind of almost make it sometimes. All right. That is much better. So sometimes where you put a piece is vitally important because some pieces, let me explain again, some pieces take a microsecond to activate. For example, go to an X and Y coordinate. That's like a microsecond. But something like play sound scream until done, that actually takes like 1.5 seconds or however long the recording is. So where you put that can affect a lot of things in your game. All right. I'm going to pause the video, turn on your screens, go ahead and catch up to me what I've just done. So go ahead and click on your sound tab and click on that little search for a sound effect. Type in the word scream, grab scream 2, and add that here. All right, I'm going to pause the video here. There we go. Okay, we are back. Everybody's got it up to where I've gotten it. Now, let's fix some more things. Let's actually have it so that death is permanent. Right? When you're dead, you're dead. Right? So, here's what we need to happen. I'm going to make a new sprite. I'm going to call it game over. So, and I'm going to draw it myself because I'm such an awesome artist. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this icon here, hover over it, so to choose a new sprite. But instead of searching for one by clicking either of these two buttons, I'm going to click on the paintbrush button. And I'm taken to this. And whatever color you want, that's not, hopefully not red or green. Don't use those colors, but yeah, I'll just leave it on purple. Get my paintbrush. And yes, you can change the size of your brush, but I'm going to leave it alone. Oh, what happened there? Are you impressed with my drawing skills?
Sorry, but no.
All right. Man, that is fancy, Miss Yang. Yep. Yep, sure is. And of course, you always, if you make your own sprite, it's going to have the generic name for it as Sprite 1 or Sprite 2. Please change those. So I'm going to name this one, of course, Game Over. It will be a lot easier for you if you organize like this. Because if you don't do this, and you have all your custom-made sprites, if you had a line of code that says, when Sprite 3 touches Sprite 5, have Sprite 7 show up, you'll be like, wait, what was that? What's going on there? But if you had something like when Hero touches Bullet, have Game Over appear. Do you see how much easier it is just to understand it, even from your point of view, if you rename everything? So please make sure you rename it. All right, so I have this one called Game Over. I'm going to press Enter on it, and voila, it is changed to the word Game Over. Okay, now I need a program for it now. So instead of costumes, I'm going to go to code. And I'm on Game Over right now. I'm programming for Game Over. Question. When the game starts, should Game Over appear or not appear? It should not be showing up. So I'm going to go to Looks. I'm going to get a hide. Anytime you have a hide, listen, anytime you have a hide,
You must have a show.
you must have a show. Otherwise, it's going to work the first time you play the game and never appear ever again. And you'll be like, why did you even make that sprite? It never appears. Right? You need it. If you have a hide, you're going to have a show. So I'm going to grab both of those right away. And the first paragraph is super easy. Bam. Done. When the game starts, Game Over should not be appearing, so hide. Now, I need it for the cat lives. Well, when the cat lives reaches 0, I need this thing to show up. You're going to need this piece. You're going to need to make a new paragraph, and let me give you one more piece of hint. You're going to need this right there. These two pieces you need, and then some. I'm going to give you guys 2 or 3 minutes to figure out yourself. Turn on your screens. See if you can, well, first of all, paint a new sprite and write Game Over. Don't make it fancy, just write it real quick. Then make this code and see if you can figure out the code to make it appear when your cat dives. Okay, I'm going to pause the video right here and give you guys 2 or 3 minutes to work on this. Good luck. Okay, we are back. So time to show the answer, the solution to how do we get this thing to work. And I forgot to also challenge you guys when you get that to work, have it so your game stops. So let me go ahead and do this. Screens off, please. Screens off. Eyes up here. All right, here we go. New paragraph. So green flag, of course. Let me zoom in while I'm doing this. I need, obviously, a forever because I need an if. I have to check something. And remember, 100% of the time, if you need an if, you need a forever. I've never seen an if without a forever. I need it to show up. My Game Over show up. Now, that obviously won't fit inside of that, right? You have to, only diamond pieces fit inside of diamond slots. Back to kindergarten days, right? So here we go. We're going to go to sensing. And we're going to say, oh, no, not sensing, sorry. Operators. I'm sorry. Now, I bet most of you guys use this equal piece. That would work, but you'll learn, with more experience in programming, you'll learn that actually using inequalities are better. One cat lives. are less than 1 is better than doing if cat lives is equal to 0. Well, what's the big deal, Ms. Yang? Isn't equal to 0 better if I did that? Well, yeah, it should work. This piece is probably what most students do, and it should work, but this is better. Here's why. And it's very rare, but it can happen. What if somehow in your game you had 1 life left, and suddenly, somehow, you lost 2 lives at the same time? Would you ever have it so your cat lives is equal to 0? No, you'd be at -1, and the game wouldn't stop. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Because this will only stop if cat lives is exactly 0. Whereas here, any number below 0, it will activate. So this is actually better. Now, I don't think it'll ever happen where you're going to be exactly equal, but it can happen in, I've seen it happen in my Java class before, my programming, AP Computer Science programming class, right, where that can occur. All right, so that is going to work. I'm going to throw that one away. And I also need one more piece. It's a control piece. It's called stop all. Now, I'm also going to do one more thing. I don't want it to stop instantaneous. It's like a really abrupt stop. Like imagine driving and your parents, every time they come to a stop sign, they slam on the brakes. Right? You'd be like, whoa, Mom, whoa, Dad, why don't you kind of slow down into the stop and then make a full stop instead of just slamming on the brakes every time, right? It's kind of like that. It's a really abrupt stop, so we don't want that. In fact, it was so abrupt that you might not even see the game lives. I mean, it's just, yeah, the game over up here. So let me just change that. I'm going to give it a half a second, say 0.5. Now let's test it out. It should almost work now. Questions before I show you guys. Do you have any questions on anything I've done here? You should 100% be like, oh, duh, that was so easy. That's so easy, right? Any questions? No? Are you sure? All right, so let's go ahead and see what happens because this is going to almost work. Stop. Start. Oh. I just stopped and started the game, and it just stopped with a game over right away. Raise your hand if you notice that happened to you. One student? Only one student had that happen? Well, you guys maybe didn't get this far then, because this is what will happen if you do it right. Let me click the green flag a second time. Oh, see, now my game works. It's working fine, see? Let me go ahead and, let me change it to bigger screen. Here, I'll do it that way, full screen. See? Yay! Fall in the lava pit once. Fall in the lava pit twice. Game over. Perfect. Now, green flag. Game over. Green flag a second time. Oh, see? Yeah. Don't worry, Miss Yang. You just have to click the green flag 2 times instead of once for your game to restart. Anybody know why that's happening? Any guesses? Do you have a guess? Oh, sorry. Okay, I thought you raised your hand. Nobody has an idea? Really? Okay, let me tell you what's happening. Let me just cut to the chase. The reason why is because of your previous death. Let me just get to that state. It won't take very long. Let me just die 3 times real quick again. 1, 2, 3. Game over shows up. What are my cat lives right now? 0. When I click the green flag to start it over again, this paragraph stops the game. Whenever your cat lives is 0. You've just died. Your cat lives are now 0. You click on the green flag up here to restart a new game, but temporarily, your cat lives are still 0. And this detects it. Oh, your cat lives less than 1? Well, it's time to stop the game again. Do you understand what just happened there? In other words, it checked this before my cat lives could fully reset back to 3, which is what's supposed to happen. Well, Miss Yang, then maybe what you should do then is go over the cat lives and put that higher up in your paragraph. Where's my paragraph? Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, up here, sorry. Miss Yang, yeah, you know what you need to do? You need to put this one all the way at the top. That might not still fix it. If I put this set cat lives to 3 all the way at the top, because this takes a split second, this takes a split second, and that takes a split second. So so it's no time at all. Any ideas what I can do to solve this problem? No, nobody has any ideas. What can I do? Yes?
What if you put the set cap right?
Right. You could. That might work. Let me give you a different. You know what? We'll try it out. But let me give you the other solution. Watch what I do. On this paragraph right here. Do you understand the solution? It's impossible for you to die within the first, be at negative, at 0 lives during the first 1 second of the game. So don't start checking. I'm putting a delay on this. Don't start checking if it's time to die yet. If it's time for game over yet. Don't even bother checking that till later. So I put a 1 second delay. That will fix it right there. Okay. Turn on your screens and catch up to where I am right here. Get this to work right here. I'm going to pause the video and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're back. We only have 4 minutes left, so I'm going to try to squeeze this in. It usually takes a little bit of time to explain this, but the next thing I want to have happen is I actually want it so that I want it so that you can't go through that brown wall. That brown wall, you should not be able to go through it. This one here on background number 2. See, when I do this, you should not be able to go through it. So that's what I'm going to do. Yes?
Remember like 2 days ago when we grabbed that when we like go to negative 2x, switch to costume, and then set cat lives to 3, and you like lost it?
Oh, yeah.
It went into the next paragraph. You see that it says go.
Oh, thank you. Yikes.
You need the next backdrop though, the bottom piece.
I do need that. And I don't need this one either. Ooh, thank you for pointing that out. Ooh, nice. Thank you. These should not happen. Yeah, when I copied that and tried to drag it down and it disappeared on me. I thought it just disappeared, but it inserted. Good eye. Thank you very much. All right. Woo, that was a close one. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make it so we can't go through this brown wall. This is the second hardest thing to do on here. Gravity being the hardest, but I don't expect you to fully remember how to do that yourself later. So that's why, that's okay. But not going through brown walls. This is the hardest thing that I do expect you to remember and understand how to do yourself later. Any ideas? You tell me your ideas. What can I do so that when I touch this brown wall, I don't go through it? Tell me in plain English, yeah.
If touching black or
Brown?
then bounce.
Oh, nice. Well, I've not heard of that, but that could work. But
Wait, it does work though.
let me see where if on edge bounce. I don't know if there's a if on. Is there a if touching color bounce? Is there a bounce actually? Huh? If on edge bounce. There's not anything else. Unfortunately. So good guess, but no, that we won't be able to use that. Yes.
We'll just, if touching brown, then move back, like move negative x, or change negative x by 1.
Oh, okay. I think you're probably the second student in 10 years to figure that out. Great job. Very nice. See, a lot of students will say, hey, when you touch brown, stop. Here's what most students will say. When you touch brown, stop this from executing. Well, you can't. It's inside of forever. Forever never ends. You can't stop it. You can stop the entire game, but you can't stop this from activating. So instead of stopping these things from activating, negate its effect. Understand what I'm saying here? What's 10 minus 10? 0. What's 25 minus 25? 0. You negated its effect. So, in other words, when you touch brown, push back the opposite direction is what we need to do. Now, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to have time to execute this because the bell is going to ring in a few more seconds. So I think we're going to have to stop here. But next time I think I'll set you guys loose next time to try to figure out how to negate it yourself. So let's just stop here. Go ahead, file save. Or you can play your game. I'm going to stop the video here and see you guys next time.